So today I got a big ass stream for y'all niggas today. I got a couple, well not a couple, really a lot of videos I'm gonna be reacting to. That shit on plug, what the fuck? Alright. So right now the video that I'm gonna be getting ready to start with is gonna be Kendrick Lamar. Pretty much like stunning growth with this dude. He gets like in-depth reviews. Got my TV on, what the fuck? But yeah, though he gets like in-depth reviews like on like rappers like stunning growth, like how they like fall off and stuff like that, and what they could have did to prevent like, you know, falling off and shit like that. But the video that I'm gonna be watching is after what Kendrick Lamar did might be over for Drake. Stunning growth. Let me get this started.
I don't know, Stan.
More views on fire.
We outside.
This nigga's getting lit, nigga. Let's go.
Today in hip hop will probably go down as one of the most important moments in its history. We're likely at the end of what was the biggest rap beef in the last 20 plus years, maybe even of all time, when you take into account first, the times we live in, where social media has given everyone an opinion and even aids in beef through captions and instant reactions. Also, when you factor in the top two rappers of this generation going toe-to-toe on beats to finally decide who's the better MC. Kendrick Lamar and Drake both put on performances of a lifetime that at times became a little more serious than fans expected, with all the allegations thrown around, more to Drake's dismantling. The ones brought to light against him, along with proof surfacing of him being at least inappropriate, will last the rest of his career. With that said, Drake's career...
Like, I'm not gonna lie, this whole Drake and Kendrick beef, like, in my opinion, I never would have thought that shit would have ever happened. Like, it just felt like, I honestly felt like it was just gonna be Drake at the top and eventually he was gonna fall off. But I never would have expected that it would have to take 20 niggas to take Drake down. I don't think he's ever gonna fall off like as a artist, like being on top as like getting music and shit when it comes to numbers. But I can say like this does fuck up a nigga reputation.
Might be over, or at the very least won't be the same again when you listen to the content he puts out. Beyond that, this battle also showed that yes, Drake lost in the battle of the century that's been brewing through sneak disses and subliminals for over 10 years, making back-to-back rap battles he's lost from Pusha T to now Kendrick Lamar. On the other side, Kendrick once again showed why many believe he's the greatest rapper of his generation when it comes to lyrical ability on the mic, versatility, and a willingness to compete. Like he said in 616 in Compton, "Who am I if I don't go to war?" Now that he's war-tested, this elevates him above any rapper today when it comes to his writing ability and being able to deliver under pressure some of the greatest conceptual songs of all time. Euphoria will go down as one of the greatest diss songs ever, with how intricate it was and how time allowed it to be dissected and unpacked right in front of us. Once Drake allowed those days in between responding to it, it grew legs online and in the reaction community where they had time to understand how deep Kendrick could go on a song. His flow, double and triple entendres, the beat switches Drake asked for, quotables, and even artwork symbolism was chess, not checkers. Meet the Grams right.
You know what? Fuck it. I'ma actually listen to that shit. Cause I ain't ever listened to that bit on the stream. No way. I'm actually listening to that bit.
Expedia members get member prices and rewards for future trips.
And I'm gonna come right back to that.
Psst, I see dead people.
Nothing on that beat. Nope.
Aye.
Mustard on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak though. Man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many ops you really got? I mean, it's too many ops.
Listen, I know this song. I know this song is trending, and I know it's popping because literally my boss the other day was showing me a TikTok of two little fucking RBG animations doing the dance to the song. Like,
I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walk him down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one.
That's fucked up. Oh shit.
Get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
They got niggas doing the cha-cha to that part right there.
That fuck him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
How do you?
They not like us. 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 You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul, I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches, go. The audience not dumb, shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep, I can go further, I promise. Ain't there some B-rest stands for bitchin'? You Malibu most wanted, ain't no law boy, you ball boy, fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes or over your foe. The other vaginal option, pussy, nigga.
That shit hurt me, bro. And I'm a Drake fan. Cause I'm thinking like that old song, Poetic Justice. We can never ever get a Drake and Kendrick song ever again. This is the only time we gonna hear Drake and Kendrick ever talk together when it's just about a diss. We can never get. Oh my God, this is crazy.
Straight in they posture, got favorites all up in contact. Might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action, no accident. I'm hands on, he fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grower, he was in jail, that's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all.
Fucked on Wayne's girl, and then you was apologizing. Drake, what you doing?
Didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the wrong label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how?
They is cooking my goat. I can't defend. How do you even come back at these allegations? Like, there's no way you can come back and beat these allegations. It's not even beat. Like, you get what I mean. There's no way you can come at these allegations. That is crazy.
Any stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie. Here's 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up. It's a must. We outside. Ay. They not like us. 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 Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you, this the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what? Little baby help you get your lingo up. What? 21 get your first street.
Little baby help you get your lingo up. What?
Cred, check balance, let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what? Little baby help you get your lingo up. What? 21 get your first street cred. Thug make you feel like you a slime in your head. Hey, what? Quavo said.
Like, if you look at it in the way, like, the way Kendrick is saying it, it's not like it's not off-putting, because it's like, where would Drake be at if he wasn't hanging out with Future, 21 Savage, Young Thug, or any of these street hood rappers? The top one, where would Drake be at? That's a question I want to ask. Like, would he still be on top, or would he just like have faltered, like just like B-level rapper? I that's a question. I ain't gonna lie.
You can be from North Side, but 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God.
That shit gonna get in your head if you listen to that shit a couple of times, bro. This, like, I ain't gonna lie. After this, I'm gonna listen to the Drake shit, the Heart Part 6. But hold up, bro. What?
Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Let me hear you say OV ho. OV ho. Say OV ho. OV ho. Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in?
What the fuck?
Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way.
This nigga made a pop, bro. I see why niggas is getting. I see why, cause I never listened to the whole song in full. Like, every time I try to hear it, like, I heard like I good like 30 seconds from the shit, but I ain't never really like put my own time to listen to the thing. I'm gonna get that bit of light, cause that bit was fire though. I'm gonna listen to Drake's part, cause like, what the hell did this nigga say after when Kendrick dropped that shit?
Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. The ones that you get and get stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration.
This nigga rapping good, like I don't care what anybody say, like, regardless of like how anybody feels about whatever artist, these are still good rapping art. They rap better than any nigga from the underground, from, like, you know what I mean? They top, especially if Drake got fucking ghostwriters. His raps are always going to be good. Kendrick, his raps are always going to be good. The music is always going to be good. Like, I'm listening to the beat right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm vibing to this shit. But
out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not far down. The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that?
You dumb and reactive, nigga. I'm petty with dedication. Alright, Drake. Alright, Drake.
Excavation, and why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following Dave free and not Mr. Morale? You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Oh, fuck me, I just made a...
I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that bar. Like, is he like trying to like take shots at Kendrick, saying like, cause it's like, you what like you making fun of what the fuck, like my nigga, like what the fuck, like
connection. And I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Oh, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with, it's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore, this really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why that's the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity,
I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't gonna lie, they got Drake on camera. And they say he was young, like 23 or some shit. They said the girl in the video was like saying 6. It's out on Twitter if people want to see it. And when I see it, like it makes me like second guess like a lot of these rappers that's in the industry and like think like, damn, you know what I mean? Like it just makes me sit there and think like, and I'm listening to Drake spit this shit and I get he trying to defend himself, but it's like, when you hear it in a rap form, you hear it talking about it, it's like why we even gotta have this discussion right now, like type shit. Like I ain't trying to defend nobody, none of that shit like that. It's just like, you know what I mean, like
I feel disgusted, I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message. Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment. Not sure how to ease the sentiment, the shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I'll slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross hair like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Browns. I'd never look twice at no teenager. I'm a fucking hit maker, dawg, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass in extreme danger. Stop buying views and buy comments. You may as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records, I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet Jamaica. I don't wanna fight with a woman beater, it feeds your nature. If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the savior. Said if they deleted his music, then your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand why these people.
God damn, bro, I wish these niggas wasn't beefing, bro. Cause like now it's not only that. Damn, at first, like when you look on the outside lens, I'm thinking it's just gonna be like, just a regular beef. Now it's getting to the point where it's like, not only that, there's a potential. It's not even a potential. We ain't getting no Kendrick and Drake after this shit. Now it's more of like, I'm gonna be listening to Drake, and when he drops a song, and I listen to it, it's not gonna sound the same. I listen to a Kendrick song, even though Kendrick won the beef, this shit low key ain't gonna sound the same. Cause I'm a type of nigga where if you tell me some fucked up shit on that side and some fucked up on shit that side, I ain't gonna sit here and be like, oh, I believe that. No, bro. Like I have to. Man, this shit just crazy, bro.
Praise you, sounding like you sent him commissary when he needs some paper. Album dropping soon, no wonder you turn a clout chaser instead of doing hard labor. Nigga, I see you when I see you like Fantasia. Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out, get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but it is what it is. You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though. Like, you got 10 more records to drop. The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist. And then you go and drop the West Coast one to try and cover that up. I would like that one. That would be some shit I could dance to if you wasn't tripling down on some whole other bullshit, but at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you, bring you back to the game, like, but
You ain't lying about
just
that.
let me know when we get into the facts. Everything in my shit is facts. I'm waiting on you to return the favor, like.
Damn. I'm gonna go ahead and tap back into that other content I was gonna watch. But like listening to that shit, that's like, it's crazy to think that these motherfuckers is really beefing. I would have never thought that shit would have ever fucking happened.
At Hardee's, we're putting our hearts into Mother's Day because moms put their hearts into everything.
The grams right after Drake released Family Matters was also very strategic, as he didn't allow Drake to do what he just did. Releasing so soon, fans couldn't enjoy Drake's record like they did Euphoria. Then to end it with the song of the year so far, Summer Bop, and catchy Not Like Us was, in my opinion, is the top 5 diss of all time, was the icing on the cake. In the position they're in right now, Kendrick doesn't need to respond further. He's won, and for these reasons, it might be over for Drake. What happened? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC Stunner Growth Music. Let's get it. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. The story of how this rap beef started between Drake and Kendrick goes back more than 10 years now, when Kendrick staked his claim as the #1 rapper on his Big Sean feature Control in 2013. He called Drake out by name along with other top rappers, letting them know he's got love for him, but he sees it as competition and he'd do anything to be top dog. It was at the time what like that is today. Drake never directly responded and Kendrick never pushed the issue further directly until his 2024 verse on Metro Boomin's Like That, where he criticized Drake and J. Cole for teaming up, hugging and kissing on stage, with praises for each other and pushing a Big 3 concept that looked and felt like Drake assumed the #1 spot role. Kendrick said, "Mother, the Big 3, it's just Big Me," and the war began. J. Cole jumped out there first in response to K-Dot underplaying his albums, but days after apologized to Lamar on stage in front of his fans and bowed out.
I still don't get why he fucking backed out, but I kind of get it now. It was kind of good that he fucking backed out because Lord Jesus, bro, I don't understand. I honestly, it's like, what can you say to J. Cole? But the way Kendrick is dropping these diss tracks, man, I would hate to be a J. Cole fan. J. Cole right now, he's just like in the land of grass, sunny skies out right now, just walking about, chilling at the beach right now, and ain't worrying about nothing.
Leaving Kendrick and Drake to meet head on finally. Reason number 1, serious allegations. When I say over for Drake, of course I mean the beef between he and Kendrick was lost for him strictly based on what transpired lyrically on Wax. Drake did lose this battle and may be in store to lose a lot more based on the subjects Kendrick brought up. He's made allegations of him being a deadbeat father, having another secret child, and worst of all, being a predator that has a history of at the very least grooming young girls as young as 13 years old in the case of Millie Bobby Brown when Drake was 31. According to Millie herself, the two would text back and forth and Drake would quote mentor her and even give her advice about boys, which again at the very least is inappropriate to even think of. Other incidences include Billie Eilish, Bella Harris, who Drake met when she was 16 and allegedly rented out a restaurant for them to have dinner when she turned 18.
What? Bro, what?
His Georgia Smith song that even Joe Budden called out in 2017, where he's literally singing grooming lines about a girl he sees as a baby compared to him, yet he's still in his feelings about how she didn't wait for him. Even the situation between he and Kylie Jenner on her 16th birthday, grabbing and kissing her in the face. These are a few of many that have been dug up by the internet that, if nothing else, damages Drake's reputation going forward and makes it.
Bro, why did Drake get into this fucking beef with Kendrick, bro? I'm really realizing, like, damn, Drake should have never gotten into this fucking beef, bro. I don't know what possessed this man in his mind to think, yeah, I'm gonna go one-on-one with Kendrick, and you got shit like this, bro. What? Ooh, boy.
Songs hit a lot different now that the court of public opinion looks to day by day separate themselves from Drake. Of course, he'll always have his core fans, and if you know a Drake fan, nothing can disconnect them from Drake's croning on records, but still, these allegations will most certainly stain his future music, and if found to be true, it's simply over for him, period. Not to mention, how does Drake rap from here on? Kendrick also challenged the little street credibility Drake was able to build by breaking down how Drake's a user, or colonizer as Kendrick calls him, taking from different artists to help him appeal to their core fans and give him the credibility in ways he couldn't get on his own. That last allegation definitely being true and has been masked as the Drake stimulus package, where it seems Drake is helping out instead of being a vulture. He's talented enough to come back from some of these allegations, but others, I don't think he'll be the same again.
I'm not gonna have me get carried away again. I get in trouble for shit like this. Not only
The fuck is this? Is that a
Reason number 2, broken image. To state the obvious, Drake's career has always been built off an image he's consistently put out there of himself and has been allowed to put out there by his peers because of how much money it means for everybody involved. Drake is essentially and respectfully an industry plant. We all know about his mixed race upbringing, which nothing is wrong with, but he's clearly never been around the cultured things he raps about today, like the streets or beef. He was a child star that grew up in an upper middle class lifestyle on his mother's side in Canada. His investors aligned him so well over the years, from signing with the hottest rapper in the game at the time, Lil Wayne, which makes you ask, how does a rapper from Canada just so happen to be in position to be heard by Lil Wayne of all people, when Wayne was on fire, signed to one of the more street-respected labels in Cash Money, giving him huge credibility as a rapper. Then there's J Prince.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie right now. Like this nigga Drake fucked up, bro. He fucked up, bro. Him getting into this whole fucking little rap beef. When you look at it from the outside leans, you're like, man, we ready for this shit. Da 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 da. But it didn't. Now what didn't happen? Now it just opens so many doors for so much bullshit to go on. This nigga might get Kanye'd. Real shit, bro. This nigga might get Kanye right now, like, bro.
And his mob ties, his standing by and working with Future, Lil Baby, Durk, Ross, French, The Game, and just about any rapper with street credibility in trade for more views, and that's Drake's value to them. That's what industry plans come with. Labels behind them invested in the growth of that artist and controls how big an artist can seem through views and online streams. All of it built Drake in public as this versatile rapper that was certified on the East, West, North, and South in rap. His peers, in exchange for views and money, placed him at the top of the food chain, and Kendrick threatens to tear it all down. Of course, his investors won't allow one of their biggest earners to go down easy, as I'm sure there's already a rescue plan in place for Drake's career should his image continue to be damaged. But after Kendrick broke him down on tracks like Meet the Gram, 616 in Compton, then clowned him on Not Like Us, his image may be damaged for good. Reason number 3, superpowers neutralized. Kendrick's first words to Drake on his official response to Drake's 2 diss records after Like That were about him stripping Drake of his superstar image and ability to calculatedly harmonize his way to the #1 spot on the charts and in the minds of the fans for over.
And the thing about that shit, what I heard that Kendrick Lamar has never had a #1 spot on, I think, on the charts before. And I don't know if it was Meet the Grams or Not Like Us, but one of those songs hit #1s on the chart. And that's his first song. To think about it, his first song that get that shit, to get that #1 is a song that he's going against the supposedly biggest artist in the world, Drake. That's crazy to think about.
For 10 years. That and the moves made behind the scenes to help promote him in that position. Building off Reason 2, Drake, like Thanos, collected all the necessary Infinity Stones he needed by way of his collaborations to make him the biggest rapper in the world on paper. His made-up street image that even he said is new to him in his song Away From Home, released in 2023. His ties to Toronto street gangs, his lingo that ranges from UK to Canada to Atlanta, Houston to patois, all that has been the appeal of Drake all throughout his career, but Kendrick found a way to turn that against him by calling it all out as fake. He did that all in the first beat in Euphoria, then proceeded to dismantle him piece by piece, limb by limb, with every word, every beat switch, every eye-opening allegation, and a lot of facts. On top of that, he showed the world he's a better rapper than Drake, most importantly. At this point, Drake isn't seen as this superpower rapper. Some fans actually see a weirdo with some questionable moves around young girls, or a guy who's not as calculated as people thought and can be beat at his own game, numbers. As I'm looking right now, Kendrick has over 60 million views in total on 3 songs on YouTube alone. Not to mention his songs Euphoria and Not Like Us challenging each other for the #1 spot on Billboard.
That's crazy.
Literally took Drake's powers and used them against him. All in all, I think we can all appreciate this moment in hip hop because it gave us competition once again, and from 2 of the tops in the game. It also gave us Kendrick's best work in years now that he was challenged. Officially, Kendrick won. His work, timing, believability, art, substance, production, and lasting effects was masterful, completely knocked Drake off the top spot and showed it might just be over for the boy. Salute, much respect. It's your boy JC Stunner Growth Music. Hit him out.
I'm gonna get a bit of light. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I'm finna get ready to get into Hello Scene extras. I got 2 more of those, and I'm finna get ready to get into the NBA YoungBoy get that 100K bond, but I'm gonna knock these other videos out first.
What's poppin', y'all? One of the most bizarre things that's been going on this 20v1 beef, war, whatever you want to call it, obviously I mean war metaphorically in the music sense and somewhat business sense, is this whole cease and desist thing. That's the first time where we got any type of confirmation or reasoning for Rick Ross as to why he would be so upset at Drake for who knows what reason, because as I pointed out earlier, Ross wasn't even upset with Drake when he was embarrassing Meek Mill in their beef. And Meek Mill, musically, in his music career, he was signed to Maybach Music, and he was the #1 guy on there. So he was Ross's moneymaker.
That's kind of crazy to think about. Meek Mill was beefing with Drake back in the day, and Rick Ross was not saying nothing. That's crazy to think about.
And he was tanking. It was not good for him. The look was not good for him. People were clowning him. And Ross stayed out of it. And he worked with Drake after that. So if hitting Ross's bottom line through that beef didn't get Ross to at least distance himself from Drake, it had to be something big or something snaky that would have him turn his back. We got some sort of reasoning. I don't think it's the complete reasoning when Ross said that in his song Champagne Poetry that Drake sent a cease and desist to a song that was supposed to release with French Montana on French Montana's album. They're close. Ross, French Montana, Drake, they're pretty cool. Drake has given French Montana a couple of features, big features. So it makes sense, but I don't know if Rick Ross would be that angry at Drake over some business that he had with French Montana. I don't know if they're that close. I feel like you'd have to be like brothers with somebody to get that upset with someone else having some business issue with them. But this whole thing started with like the cease and desist. And Drake rapped in the song, was it Family Matters? One of the songs. He says cease and desist is for hoes. I'm pretty sure it was in Family Matters. It was the one with the music video.
That shit was in Family
Kendrick
Matters.
Lamar comes out and posts this email where he says the following. I'm lame, but the first week after Like That, you tried to block it at radio. I've been sitting on this email for a month now, but was just sparing you. Oh, you ain't like that record? I put this out. People didn't believe me. They were like, oh, what's the source? Is this real? The source is trust me, bro. And it ended up obviously being confirmed. I knew it was real. And it was sent to Epic Records, and they replied, and they said, hey, per our conversation last week, we are not granting radio rights for Like That. Epic does not have the right to release this song at radio. Thanks for understanding and cooperation. Vice President, Business and Legal Affairs for Republic. So this album, We Don't Trust You, it was released jointly by Future and Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin is with Universal Republic. Republic is under Universal. Drake was signed to Republic for a very, very long time. I'm not sure if he's still with Republic, but I know he's with Universal, which is the parent company to Republic. Let me just check push-ups real quick to see if it's pushed through Republic. Yes, Drake is still with Republic under UMG. So Drake is licensing with Republic. It's not the same deal, I don't think, as it was before. But he's with Republic, and it's also Future who's with Epic, which is Sony. So this is jointly Epic and Sony. Interestingly enough, Academics gave some sort of explanation, which gives a little bit more clarity, but I don't know if that's the reasoning. So he was saying that there were a couple of songs that they were pushing as the initial hits, so to speak, like where the budget was going to go, the marketing budget. And he was saying type shit with Travis Scott was one of them, which makes sense. Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, Future, Metro Boomin, that's a stacked like feature list, song list. And all four of those guys, they even got a music video produced for it, so they put a budget behind that. They're likely going to push that instead.
Type shit music video was hard.
End up really going that crazy. I mean, people like the song, but it didn't end up going like that. And I was like, okay, that makes some sense. So maybe they just pushed the whole budget onto that one song. And there was also, I think,
your small business is yours. Your dream, your ideas, your livelihood. Protect what you...
this was We Still Don't Trust You. There was another song I think that they had a music video for on that same project. I think it was the one with The Weeknd, yeah. Future, Metro, and The Weeknd. It was Young Metro. They probably put a little bit of a budget behind that. And that one didn't end up going too crazy. But the song, or the single, that ended up just blowing it out of the water organically was Like That, where Kendrick Lamar came out. And it makes sense that maybe they didn't anticipate this being the hit because they didn't have a music video for it. Or maybe Kendrick Lamar didn't want to show up for a music video. Who knows? But regardless if they had a budget for this or not, it clearly says and is responded to by Metro Boomin, where he says this was a week after Like That dropped. So the release date for Like That was March 26th. These emails were sent April 1st. So what I'm going to guess, this is an educated guess based on the information we received, is about a week later, they were like, yo, Like That is going crazy. Let's throw some money behind this. Let's put it on radio. And I think Sony, Epic, was down. They were like, okay, we'll throw some money behind this. Because things change all the time. Like, obviously there's a set budget, but if you spend the budget and another record is going crazy, they're going to add fuel to the fire. Why would they not? They've always done this. Like, for example, Kodak Black, he didn't really have a budget for when he put out Super Gremlin or the project that was on, but that song started to go organically. And
Nigga, Super Gremlin, when Kodak had dropped that track, man, that shit took off. When I first heard this shit, I already knew this shit was gonna blow up. But in my opinion, I did not think it was gonna blow up the way I thought it was. I'm talking about, I knew that shit was blowing up because I went to the club one day and I'm hearing Kodak play Super Gremlin. I'm like, what is it? What already? Man, that's
like, okay, we're gonna put this on radio. We're gonna start getting it spins. We're gonna start spreading it everywhere. That's why I don't buy the whole explanation of that being the reasoning, like, oh, no, Drake didn't get it stopped. I think he probably did get it stopped because it wasn't Epic and Republic that agreed. From the emails, you could tell that Epic Records was trying to get radio. They were pretty much saying, like, hey, we have to be in agreement, Epic and Republic, because this is a joint project. If one doesn't agree, then it can't really go to radio. So I think that Epic was asking, hey, can we put this on radio? Maybe they were down to supply the budget for it or whatever. And then Republic says no. Why would Republic say no? If the record's already doing well, the only reason not to do that would be that maybe they asked Republic for a budget, but they didn't even ask about that. They just said, we're not granting radio rights. They didn't say we're not approving a radio budget. They didn't say we're not approving spend. They specifically said we are not granting radio rights. And you do not have the right to release this song at radio. So we can assume, we can hypothesize, right? Educated guess, that Epic was down to front whatever budget it was to push Like That because they saw how well it was doing. And what reason would there be for Republic to not allow them to do that? It's basically like, hey, we'll push this song that we're jointly releasing. We want it to be on radio. We all make money off of this. The only way would be if a massive player at Republic, and the massive players at Republic are like Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, Drake, and like Nicki Minaj. Obviously, 3 of these have nothing to do with this. So if Drake came up to Republic and was like, hey, this song, we want to kill it. We don't want it to go up. Radio will have it going crazy. The song's still going crazy regardless. It's going to be one of the songs of the summer alongside what seems to be Not Like Us at this point in time. So
I feel like Kendrick don't need radio play. The culture is literally bumping this, man. Doing TikToks, the cha-cha all on TikToks and shit. Man, this song going stupid.
If Drake says, hey, don't let this fly, I'm pretty sure they're willing to abide by that. Now, to what level, I don't know, but I definitely think Drake pulled the move here to try and quell this record, which, am I mad at? No, I'm kind of indifferent to it. Do I like that he did that? No, because I like Future, I like Metro Boomin, I like Kendrick Lamar, I like Drake. I want to see songs succeed to the fullest extent. And them being stifled by games like this, I don't like it as a listener. Now, if I'm on Drake's team, I love this. Hey, yo, get this shut down. We don't want you looking crazy. So this is just from my perspective, someone that's not on Drake's team. And just not on any of these people's team, just a listener. Even if a Drake song was getting blocked, I'd be like, yo, come on. Let him rock. Although people are saying they don't trust Metro Boomin as much, which is kind of crazy. He's like, we don't trust you. But Metro Boomin doesn't seem to have outright lied about anything. Now, he did really, really push, I think, too hard the whole, Drake likes kids thing when people were stepping on Drake. And it kind of bit Metro Boomin back quite terribly. But he was just throwing fuel on the fire. When he said he was hacked, I genuinely believe that he was hacked. He showed a ton of proof. He showed a ton of screenshots, someone trying to get free clothes, this and that. Although the tweets did sound like Metro Boomin, especially how Metro Boomin's been tweeting the past week where he's feeling like he's taking some victory laps. It's never really over. Drake doesn't seem like the type of person to forget. So I'm inclined to believe this, and I don't think this email is going to be faked. If the email was faked, I think some representative would have spoke out against it. And it makes sense. Although everyone ended up winning in the end, this song still ended up going up. Pretty sure it's on radio now, or it's been on radio for past month, and will continue to be at radio. But the fact that Drake is kind of throwing, cease and desist for hoes, when French Montana has really sat this one out. Quite diplomatic of him. A lot of people have sat this one out and not said a peep. Interviewers, y'all better ask them about this beef when it comes time for them to do some sort of press run.
Yeah, everybody been dead silent. And I think they just wanted, I low-key feel like nobody wanted this beef to happen. You don't want to be a part of this shit. So, I was finna get into the J. Cole. I'm gonna skip that one for today. I'll probably tap back into that probably tomorrow.
Enjoy.
I want to get into
Is there such a thing as too many strawberries?
Trial.
So I'm asking them to turn over the discovery that we are entitled to. They're questioning the witness on stand right now about it. She just stepped up and told you a minute ago that the only thing in the report was a 4-page report. That's not true.
Day 72 of the Young Thug YSL RICO trial was ridiculous. Detective Dennis and Miss Love rate a timeline of every shooting they think is connected to the YSL and IF gang war. Then the last hour is completely wasted because Thug's lawyer says the state never turned over more discovery. What do you know? This day was a complete disaster, a lot of objections overruled that shouldn't have been. And then at the end of the video, you'll see Keith Adams says they didn't turn over more discovery. I don't know if it's true or not, but we'll see. Hit subscribe. Here we go. First look at Thug on day 72. He's got a Better Days sweater on right there. Interesting message.
Mr. Steele, I did in fact get your email correspondence from yesterday. You are correct that you cannot ask a witness like a detective. Hey, Detective Smith, what did Detective Green tell you, or what did you learn from him? That would fall within that.
So it sounds like Brian Steele emailed the judge about Miss Love asking a detective what he heard from another detective, which is quite obvious because he has to be able to cross the other detective about it.
Sir can't give testimony about what he got from another officer. So I'm not going to let the state do that. You can certainly object.
No, and I thank you for making that clear.
As long as he just doesn't state what somebody else told him to relate to what he did, his interactions with other law enforcement officers or witnesses or the like, what he followed up on, that would not be improper.
All right, investigator Dennis is back up on the stand.
January 10th, which was the murder of Donovan Thomas, it led to us to backtrack and look at what led up to and what was coming afterward.
Or anything related to January the 6th?
Yes.
What groups?
Inglewood Family Bloods, IF Gang, and YSL.
Are Inglewood Family and IF Gang the same thing?
Both of them are blood gangs. At one point, they were all friends.
What's that?
January 8th, we had a shooting involving an IF Gang member. His vehicle was shot up.
On January the 8th, did anything happen at Club Crucial before or after that shooting that you investigated?
On January 8th? On January 5th and the 6th was Club Crucial. And then we also had another incident.
He said objection non-responsive.
We investigated a shooting at the TIG studio on January 8th. It's where Donovan Thomas, Rich McQuan, Rayshon Bennett, YFN Lucci recorded.
Why is this detective hiding his face? He's shown his face in this trial, but makes no sense.
Record at the vault.
Young Thug, YSL guys hung out at the vault. IF Gangs hung out at TIG.
So both of their studios.
And based on that answer, my understanding Dennis, I believe that it changes the foundation of ruling in this hearsay.
I'm already objecting, sir.
So the mics are terrible today, but he's objecting, saying whatever Detective Dennis just said, that it's hearsay now.
Rayshawn Bennett, or a.k.a. YFN Lucci, also recorded at the studio as well. January 10th, the murder of Donovan Thomas, a.k.a. Peanut.
All right, so now we're finally at the murder of Donovan Thomas. Remember, they allege that Shannon Stillwell on the screen right here is the shooter, I'm pretty sure, and Yacht Gotti was also in the car.
We had found a flyer in reference to an incident of a female that was associated with Mr. Williams. We believed it was his girlfriend at the time. It came up as a shots fired call.
The defense denies that it was Shannon, and they say it was YSL Woody, the guy that also snitched on everyone, and apparently he is going to testify as well at some point.
We basically located the shots fired call. We looked into it like we looked in every call that we received, and we did not.
Did you ever find a projectile?
We did not.
The person who made the call?
We did not.
Did you endeavor to do either of those things?
We did all of that.
And
I object to the relevance and that's stricken. Based on the responses.
Oh, sir.
Judges overruling everything today from the defense.
Who in your investigation was connected to these locations, if anyone?
These are family members of Kenneth Copeland.
All right, so it looks like she's starting a timeline in front of the jury. Here we go.
Chronologically, next. And whose home is that?
That's the brother of Kenneth Copeland.
And that was January the 12th,
Yes.
2015,
The house basically was a drive-by shooting.
of Kenneth Copeland's brother.
Correct.
Was Kenneth Copeland affiliated with any of the groups that you described, Club Crucial, on January the 8th, 2015? January the 6th, 2015.
Yes.
Which group did you investigate Kenneth Copeland as being a part of as it relates to the investigation you took place?
He was associated with YSL.
What type of incident was that?
Drive-by shooting.
Is that address connected with anyone who is, at that time in your investigation, associated with YSL?
Kenneth Copeland.
And what relation is the house owner of to Kenneth Copeland?
His sister.
And is his sister the person you're investigating as the victim or the perpetrator?
The victim.
I did not know Kenneth Copeland's family was getting shot up like this.
What type of event occurred on January 13, 2015 that you investigated prior to speaking?
Drive-by shooting.
Have any connection, based on your investigation, to anyone in YSL?
Yes.
What was the connection between the person and someone in YSL?
The stepfather of Jeffrey Williams.
The stepfather of Jeffrey Williams as a alleged perpetrator or alleged victim in this case?
Victim. Rayshawn Bennett's mother.
And does Rayshawn Bennett go by any other name?
YFN Lucci.
Does YFN Lucci have any affiliation or connection to any of the groups that you mentioned being at Crucial on the 6th?
Yes.
Which group?
If gang.
Are you investigating YFN Lucci's mother as the victim or alleged perpetrator?
Victim.
And they connect Thug to that shooting because he says, I shot at your mommy and now you no longer mention me in a song. I think the song with Juice WRLD. Yeah, I think it's called Bad Boys. Yeah.
I feel like it's low-key kind of crazy how they using like those lyrics in the courtroom. I feel like my personal opinion that is bullshit. Like I just feel like it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Kenneth Copeland's brother's vehicle was shot as it exited 75 South End University.
So all of this is after the Donovan Thomas murder, by the way. All of this because that murder was on January 10th.
And is this the same Kenneth Copeland associated with YSL?
Yes. Lucci's mom's house got shot up again.
They shot up Lucci's mom's house twice in 4 days. If we're going by evidence, there's zero evidence that it was anyone in this courtroom besides just gang affiliation. And there was a gang war going on. That's it.
She gave us a video from Club Crucial of Kenneth Copeland flashing a large sum of money. It was a social media post of Antonio Sledge and Quindarius Zachary both holding weapons, antagonizing the rival gang and Kelvin Watt.
Look at this shit show of handwriting. I'm sure the jury's going to understand all of this when they have to think about...
Was Kelvin Watts related genetically?
Objection, your second.
Outstanding objection.
Did you find through your investigation any connection between Kelvin Watts?
Objection, same. Your second.
Your Honor.
Let her finish the question.
What was the connection? And is this the same Donovan Thomas who was murdered on January 10th?
Yes.
All right.
They're half brothers. Kelvin Watts was shot at 409 University Avenue. Kenneth Copeland was coming out of his home.
That damn
and
Margaret
was shot
ran
at
out of
with
ink.
his girlfriend in their small shop. Dexter Montgomery was shot in the head.
Who did you investigate as the perpetrators of the April 12, 2015 incident?
Walter Murphy and Demise McMullen.
Is this the Walter Murphy that you had previously labeled DK in prior photos?
Yes.
And is Walter Murphy also one that you connected with YSL during your investigation?
Yes.
Has to ask that question even though we've gotten Walter Murphy on the stand and it took 3 weeks.
McMullen, Treadwell, Allison, and or Fatty associated with either of the groups you mentioned were at Club Crucial on January 6, 2015.
Yes.
What group?
YSL.
All of them?
All of them.
Little Wayne Bush.
The victim was his aunt.
Okay. Did his mother also live there?
Yes.
The aunt was shot, and the mother Was she shot?
No.
Was she inside the residence when the shooting occurred?
Yes, a drive-by shooting.
So Miss Love's putting a lot of effort in this whole timeline, which I understand. She's trying to make it easier for the jury to, grasp all this and see it on paper. So it's smart for her to do this. But if I was in the jury, I would wonder if any of these people got arrested for these shootings. Like, they only know the victims, and they just know the victims are associated with the gangs. So they're like assuming it's the other gang shooting at them. We know why some member got arrested for the Wayne shooting, but that's it so far. So they're saying on April 28th, 2 If gang members' places got shot up on the same day.
Did anything occur on May 7, 2015, as it relates to YSL or If gang that you investigated?
Yes.
What occurred on May 7, 2015, that you investigated as it relates to YSL or If gang?
Quindarius Zachary was caught with an assault rifle.
Not even trolling, they barely have ever really connected Thug to anything besides people snitching on him.
Martinez Arnold and Diamante Kendricks was arrested
true.
after a high-speed chase where they basically were going to retaliate against If gang.
Objection. False speculation.
I'll stand objection.
Who were the persons involved in the incident on October 1st, 2015, that were in your investigation connected to YSL?
Martinez Arnold, aka Duke, Diamante Kendricks, aka Yak Guy.
And were they investigated as victims, or were they investigated as perpetrators?
They was investigated as perpetrators.
Would you tell the jury where he is seated and an article of clothing that he is wearing?
He's the gentleman in the black sweater with the white collar in the front row.
Your Honor, would the record reflect that the witnesses identified Mr. Kendrick?
It shall.
He looked at the camera. He like rolled his eyes a
You
little
also,
bit.
is Jeffrey
Like, he's
Williams
tired of this
anyone that
shit.
you recognize in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And would you describe where he is sitting, and what he is wearing for the record?
The tan and red sweater with dreadlocks in the second row. I believe a handgun and an assault rifle. I tried to identify the individual I knew as Pee Wee Orozco, locate his government name.
Why did you seek to learn Pee Wee's given name?
Because I was there and pretty much involved in the incident, and I figured that Cobb County wouldn't be aware of everything that was going on. To them, it would have just been another random shooting. By providing them with background, they could understand pretty much what led up to the shooting and the motivation of it.
Why did he try to get you to stop?
Because he saw an assault rifle on a seat.
Did you do anything to find out anything about the car Mr. Winfrey was in on the night of April 25th, 2015?
Yes.
What did you do?
I actually followed him on Instagram, and so I went to his page.
Hold on, bro. Followed someone he's investigating on Instagram who he thinks shot up Wayne's bus. What did this man post,
What
bro?
the
He posted
fuck?
some self-snitching shit, didn't he?
I knew him in passing for years, and I followed him on Instagram.
Was that out of personal interest or you?
That's how they get your ass. They'll follow your ass on Instagram. You think you gotta watch who you follow, bruh. If you out here doing shit, bruh, like, watch who you follow on your ground.
capacity as a law enforcement officer?
A little bit of both. I've never had any problems with him. He's actually, I've known him since 2005. So anytime I saw him, even the night of this incident, I actually shook hands with him.
Shook hands with him. Sounds like Jimmy Winfrey might have been snitching back in the day, back in 2005 or something.
Yes, a picture of the white Camaro.
Oh, he posted the picture of the white Camaro, the car that shot up Wayne's bus. Okay.
It just gave a description of, I guess he had just got the vehicle, I'm not sure. And he, like most people, he was showing off his. Once my partner located Mr. Winfrey, we learned that he was on probation. So we reached out to his probation officer, and she basically said, I'll have.
This detective has been stopped from saying what other people have said like 50 times. Dude, he does not know how to testify at a trial, bro.
It's the lunchtime hour, so I think I'm gonna stop at this one time.
Judge wants to eat his Domino's pizza real quick. Maybe jerk off in the back before coming out too.
Damn. Kenneth Copeland being arrested. Did you all subsequently interview Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
Oh, we're getting into the Kenneth Copeland interview. There's a legendary interview of YSL Woody snitching. And I think this is the interview they're talking about.
About 9 hours.
9-hour interview?
Damn. With Kenneth Copeland on April the 28th of 2015.
To see if they had video of the entrance to the facility.
All right. And what is happening now?
We started the video back, and we basically screen grabbed the different vehicles that was leaving out at the same time as the white Camaro.
God damn, how many cars is it?
The screen grab of Jimmy Winfrey's social media with a picture of the white Camaro.
How are you dumb enough to shoot up an A-list celebrity's tour bus in your car and also post it on Instagram?
Just the first car, I believe that was the car that Trontavious Stevens was driving. Green two-door Explorer.
And who did that green two-door Explorer belong to?
Jeffrey Williams' sister.
Showed the jury footage of all these cars leaving the studio they all record at. All these cars were at that, Lil Wayne bus shooting incident area. The bus driver said it was the white Camaro that shot, and that was the only car near them, so.
They basically went to make a statement. They were aware of, from the interviews,
speculation as to what was aware of.
I sustain that.
Another example of him trying to say what other people are thinking or saying.
Indicate that the group was there to support Lil Wayne.
I'm going to object on two grounds. One, speculation, and two, the response calls for hearsay. It comes from someone else. Someone else's statement will be hearsay. Inadmissible.
I'm overruled your objection, Mr. Your objection, Mr. Adams.
How is that overruled?
The people connected with YSL were there.
I stand the objection.
Did anything you learned in your investigation
Oh no, like this.
give you any indication that the group you discussed were there to support Lil Wayne? Got a court overruled.
No, I sustain this objection. That's the leading.
Okay.
She thought he f***ing overruled it. No, bitch. You got sustained.
Did you ever see Jeffrey Williams at the compound that night?
No.
What state was Jeffrey Williams in?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Where is Lil Wayne from?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Speak with any persons that you described as seeing at the compound the night of April 25th about why they were at the compound and not in New Orleans.
I believe when we spoke with...
Don't talk about who said what. Did any part of your investigation reveal the reception of Jeffrey Williams while he was performing in Louisiana on the night of April 25th, 2000?
Yes.
Was the reception good or bad?
Bad.
I think I remember there was a video of Thug getting booed on stage a little bit. I have a faint memory of that, so I'm not sure.
I shared information that we received through the interview of Walter Murphy. I basically shared what we did on our end in reference to his investigation. It basically was a joint investigation. Anytime we recovered any firearms, shell cases, or anything, we tried to make sure that they were getting processed correctly, because that is kind of what painted the picture of showing us what was connected and what wasn't. So when I say maybe, I didn't know if maybe I turned it into...
Were you or Gaither the original lead in that case?
No.
Who was the original lead?
The original was Detective Robinson out of Zone 3.
Did you personally know Detective Robinson out of Zone 3?
Yes.
Who, between you and Detective Gaither, would have been responsible for putting surveillance footage from the Dexter Montgomery shooting into the file?
She did.
Without saying anything about anybody, what anyone said to you, do you have any idea why it was that Detective Robinson didn't have an interview of Dexter Montgomery?
No clue.
Holy shit, today has been so boring.
Do you have any idea why at the time, a month after the shooting, there was no interview of Walter Murphy in Detective Robinson's file? I didn't ask what it was. When you first got the file involving the Dexter Montgomery shooting from Brandon Robinson, was there any interview of D'Angelo White in it?
No.
When you and Detective Gaither finished with the file, did you have at least 2 interviews of D'Angelo White in your file?
Yes.
Keith Adams asked for a sidebar. There's been probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of sidebar today, and they started late too, so today's been just a shit show of not organized. Judge is ordering his second pizza for dinner later.
Our early approach in regards to questioning of the witness about a file or documents, investigation conducted by Investigator Robinson, that I indicated we did not have. Madam Prosecutor indicated to the court that yes, we've been provided that in discovery. That's not the case. I've had an opportunity to pull back up what we received from the state, which is they said it was a 4-page report. What I've got is a 9-page report from Officer Robinson that makes reference to Officer Robinson conducting video recorded interviews that his report says he has, audio recorded interviews of different witnesses involved in a Dexter Montgomery case that he says, according to his report,
I'm sorry.
Officer Robinson, but he says, I conducted these interviews, they're available upon request. We've received none of those. In the 9 pages, it makes reference to an extensive investigation conducted by Officer Robinson and different witnesses he spoke to, different items of audio tape recordings, videotape recordings, none of which we have. And so the representation that was made to you earlier, unless they can show me somewhere in the discovery where we've looked.
Miss Love looks confident right now, but he's calling out the state for not giving them something when they said they did give him something. He said something about a 9-page report when they said only 4 pages. So this trial is a disaster.
I don't believe we have that.
Okay, what are you asking me to do, Mr. Adams? Because at the end of the day, what is it you're...
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dip.
You're seeking from the court?
Well, 2 things. I'm asking them to turn over the discovery that we are entitled to. They're questioning the witness on the stand right now about it. And in fact, we're getting some misrepresentation on the stand about there's no investigation had been done. Gaither and Dennis had to come behind and do all the things that Investigator Robinson did not do that, according to his report, he did in fact do, but we don't have those items.
Your Honor, Mr. Adams is not being entirely candid in terms of what we have just asked about. So, Mr. Adams...
Let's not say he's not being totally candid. Let's just say we have a disagreement at this point in time, because nobody intentionally wants to violate 3.3 of the Georgia Rules of Professional Responsibility, you nor any of your colleagues. So let's just say that we differ.
We differ.
Okay.
We differ. Your Honor, Mr. Adams referenced items that were not asked about of this witness at the time that I was questioning Detective Dennis on direct. I asked him whether or not there was a lineup of D'Angelo White. I asked him whether or not inside the file that they received from Detective Robinson was there surveillance footage, multiple angles of surveillance footage. I asked him were there interviews of Walter Murphy. Mr. Adams knows that those items he has because we've already introduced them and we have talked about them. Everything that I have asked this witness about, we have introduced as evidence.
So when you're asking those questions, the purpose of asking those questions, I from the court's perspective, I assume is that to potentially show what was not in the small report that Detective Robinson that Robinson did that we cannot find at this point in time.
No, what I'm doing is showing what all Robinson did not do, that Detectives Gaither and Dennis did do, and that they then provided to the state, which we then provided to the defense.
Wait, so they're showing that the first detective on the case, Robinson, did a shitty job? Why are they doing that? What's
testimony that the jury should be allowed to consider in light of Mr. Sharp's questioning of Detective Gaither and her report. So the point,
that's separate.
It is separate, but
that's a separate issue. You got her report, that's a separate issue, and then you got Robinson's report, which is a separate issue.
Right.
So which one are we focusing on at this point in time? Robinson's report or lack thereof?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what's the issue for the court at this point in time?
So what I have asked.
No report.
No, there is a report.
From Robinson.
And Your Honor, we're talking.
Okay, and was that turned over to you in discovery?
It was.
Mr. Adams, was that turned over to you in discovery?
Yes, the report was turned over.
Okay, Robinson's report.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what is there left for me to resolve at this point in time? If that was turned over to you.
What is left for you to resolve is to order them. Well, first of all, the report makes reference to
which report? Robinson's report? Okay.
Makes reference to audios, videos, interviews that we do not have, that we've never received from the state. And let's not confuse the issue. She just stepped up and told you a minute ago that the only thing in the report was a 4-page report. That's not true.
Okay, all right. So but let's clarify. Hold on. Let's just clarify, Ms. Adams. Okay, there may be other things that the 4-page report refers to that you don't have and that are missing for whatever reason.
They're not missing. No one said they're missing. We just don't have them.
Okay, but if you don't have them, they're missing.
Well, no, if we don't have them, they haven't given them to us.
One does not equate to the other. Because if the state doesn't have them to give them to you, it's because they have a duty to turn them over. If they didn't give them to you, that would be an ethical as well as potentially a Brady violation. Okay, but there's a presumption, but the presumption can be rebutted. If they tell you as officers of the court, we have searched and we don't have it. And we have gone through all the steps and we don't have it. Because here's the thing, if they have it, or we find out they had it, then that's one thing. Then we'll certainly deal with that. Search to ensure that you don't have any of those
Your Honor,
any of those videos or interviews that were in Robinson's report.
The only file that we have is the one that we were given by Detectives Gaither and Dennis after the conclusion of their.
So you don't have any of those other, I would say, documents by incorporation from his report. You don't have any of those.
We do not.
Okay. All right. Honor, can you all approach? Let me ask you one more question. I need to ask you this.
What a shit show this goddamn trial is. Oh my god, why doesn't everyone have everything they need? And the last 30 minutes is them standing up here discussing all this. And I would imagine the judge is pissed that this is happening again, where the trial keeps getting delayed each day. Miss Love just come.
Listen, that's the Cuff Boys. This nigga been watching this shit for the longest, bruh. And I've been watching this shit with it, bruh, too. Like, G shit, get this nigga a like, get this nigga a comment, share his shit, share his clips. I'm gonna be doing the same thing too, cause I fuck with the way, like, bro, at least makes it more like bearable to watch, like speeds up parts, put captions on and shit. But yeah, though, free that nigga Doug, cause that trial ain't shit. But I'm finna get ready to get into the NBA YoungBoy.
Who is your uncle, darling?
Jeremy. Am I right?
There must be something I can work with. Come on, Columbi, think.
I haven't seen Jeremy all day. Are you all right, Detective?
What on earth is happening?
I'm not gonna lie, this Sophie look hard. What the fuck?
What are you doing sneaking around? I didn't mean to disturb your ritual.
Alone in the dark. That shit look hard. I might play that bit.
So NBA YoungBoy is the Houdini of the modern day judicial system. It don't matter what this boy do, he could shoot somebody, he could smack somebody, he could run from the police in a high-speed chase. It don't matter what he does. This man is Houdini when it comes to the court system. Either this man is directly working with the feds or he got the world's greatest attorneys representing him. One of the two. Because as I'm sure y'all are aware, I made a video last week covering NBA YoungBoy being arrested on new charges, 63 of them to be exact, and it wasn't looking good for YoungBoy because he was on house arrest pending federal gun charges already when he was arrested for this. And when I seen the news, I said, ain't no way, YoungBoy is coming home. I'm talking about we gotta look at his previous history. If y'all remember correctly, in 2015, he was arrested for the first time on robbery charges. He was only 15 at the time. Then he was arrested again in 2016 on attempted homicide charges. Then he was arrested again in 2018 for, well, literally everything. We talking about fugitive warrant charges, weapons possession, kidnapping, assault. And this was after he allegedly smacked this girl in the hallway of a hotel. Then in 2019, there was an attempt made on his life. Now, he wasn't hit, but his girlfriend at the time, Kaylin Marie Long, was shot. Now, during this, young boy's bodyguard let off a couple shots, exchanged bullets with the attacker. And this resulted in a 5-year-old getting hit. Now, the 5-year-old survived, but nonetheless, he was hit. And the dude who was attacking him, 43-year-old Muhammad Radi, actually died because of this. Now, he wasn't charged with nothing because of this, but he did serve 3 months behind bars. Then in 2020, he was arrested on drug and weapon charges. Then in 2021, he was hit with more federal firearm and drug charges. Then in 2024, and this is the one we was talking about last week, he was hit with drug charges, identity fraud, forgery, possession of a dangerous weapon, possession of controlled substances. I'm talking about the whole nine. So when the news came out, I said, ain't no way young boy is gonna walk away from this. They definitely gonna hold him, right? Nah, wrong. Because this morning news broke that young boy is gonna be released on a $100,000 bond. And I ain't gonna lie,
Bro, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. The amount of times young boy been locked up, and the amount of times this man didn't got so many chances to come out. I just hope. I mean, like, it's still a lot of fucking charges, but I genuinely hope this man just fucking comes out of jail and just do what the fuck he needs to do. Just chill. You know what I mean? Just chill. In my opinion, it's like, bro, like, you stay in a mansion, you got it good, bro. Like, you got a family to worry about. Man, it's just crazy. It just be crazy to fucking just hear about this shit. I feel bad for young boy, and I ain't even gonna
my
lie.
mind was blown. I was sitting here thinking to myself, damn, what do you got to do to actually be put in jail? Cause I feel like I know people done been incarcerated for nothing. I'm talking about sitting months at a time waiting on nothing. And this man right here could catch a body, shoot the body into space, bring it back down, throw it in the dirt, dig it back up, throw it back in the dirt. And bro, I feel like they would do nothing to this dude. Like, I'm not really hating. Like, I don't want young boy to be locked up, but it does make me think to myself, like, how is this not a failure in the justice system? Cause let me bring y'all back to the news clip of him getting arrested so y'all can remember the severity of the crimes he was just charged with.
Hey, Brian Schnee, KUTV2 News. NBA youngboy known as Kentrell Gaulden, who has been under house arrest, suspected of running a large-scale prescription fraud ring. He's been charged with 63 counts, among them a slew of felony charges. The prescription of choice here, promethazine with codeine. It's a cough syrup described as a heavily abused Schedule 5 controlled substance. Police have been investigating this dating back to September of 2023. Someone would call in a prescription, call it in under a fake name or a physician who didn't authorize it. They would try to go pick it up then. At one point, one of the people working for young boy actually drove to pick up a prescription in his Chevy Tahoe that you can see in some of the music videos. He denied involvement in the ring when he was arrested, and law enforcement searched his home. They found prescriptions matching some of those fake names. He's in jail without bail.
New information tonight after singer and rapper NBA Youngboy faces dozens of charges.
As we have reported, Mark, that he was taken into custody in Cache County, accused of organizing fraudulent drug prescriptions at Utah pharmacies, legally known as Kentrell Gaulden. He's been on house arrest in Utah since 2021. Ariel Harrison live tonight after speaking with one of those targeted businesses. Ariel.
Yeah, well, one pharmacist I spoke with said they thankfully didn't fulfill that order as they noticed some red flags. But unfortunately, others weren't so lucky. Now tonight, the young celebrity who already had a criminal history now faces more than 60 related charges to this alleged scheme. Pharmacy owner Eric Stewart says hearing news of an arrest in the fraud ring investigation involving his business was a relief.
I'm just happy that they're able to connect the dots.
Last September, Stewart says his team at Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram got a call from someone claiming to be a doctor needing to fill a prescription, something he called the first red flag.
Usually don't get a doctor calling in a cough syrup themselves. That'll be like a nurse or something. But then just their medical terminology was off, the quantities, the way they pronounce the things. everything was suspicious.
Like Stewart's case, arrest documents reveal multiple other pharmacies across Utah were targeted too. According to investigators, callers linked to Youngboy would call in prescriptions using the name of a real doctor in Provo in some cases, but giving fake patient information. Individuals would then pick up the order from pharmacies, mainly promethazine and codeine. Weber County Sheriff's teams helped take Galden into custody with federal partners just yesterday.
We believe this to be several more months of work for us.
Now the 24-year-old rapper is booked at the Cache County Jail, facing 63 different charges related to this, including having a dangerous weapon as a restricted person.
Right, so like I said, this ain't no little petty stuff we talking about. These charges that he was hit with are big boy charges. The type of charges that you go do 60 years over if you get convicted for. Now let's take a look at what the news article that was just put out regarding his bond is, because a couple things have changed since the last video. Now this article says Utah judge sets bond for NBA Youngboy on prescription drug fraud charges. Louisiana seeks his return. It says Baton Rouge rapper NBA Youngboy waived his preliminary hearing in a Utah courtroom Thursday morning, so that's this morning, agreeing to let a prescription drug fraud case against him go forward. A judge set bail at $100,000 and scheduled an arraignment for July the 1st. The rapper, whose real name is Kendrick Win, was still being held after the court appearance. He's accused of posing as a doctor to do various pharmacies into selling him codeine, cough suppressant that is often abused. Then it says the federal court in Louisiana wants the rapper returned to Louisiana if the Utah court frees him pending proceedings there. Galden, 24 years old, was being allowed to live and record in Utah while awaiting his federal trial. After the Utah charges were announced last month, Louisiana federal prosecutors asked the judge to void his house arrest. Initially, Youngboy faced 63 counts, but the docket has been reduced to a list of 48 charges alleging identity fraud, forgery, and obtaining or attempting to obtain prescription drugs illegally. In Louisiana, Youngboy is accused of illegally possessing a gun as a convicted felon and of possessing an unregistered firearm. He's pleaded not guilty in that case. The rapper has previously been convicted of assault after the 2016 shooting, which we went over a little bit earlier, right? So Youngboy has had all of these charges for
this nigga Youngboy. Why this nigga look like a Mexican? Why this nigga look like a Mexican? This nigga look like a black Luigi. Oh my god, he gotta shave that mustache. Hey, nah, he gotta do at least like 1 or 2 music videos with the mustache. Then he say that shit.
48 of them. While he's pending federal firearm charges in Louisiana, he's been on house arrest for years at this point, pending trial for that. The only reason he ain't been to trial is because they're waiting on a Supreme Court ruling right now that could determine if felons actually do have the right to bear arms. Because the Supreme Court is ruling on a case that has to do with that, it could impact Youngboy's case, so he hasn't been tried in Louisiana. Instead, he's been on house arrest. But then he gets hit with these 48 charges. He's been locked up for about a week now, and now he's gonna get out on a $100,000 bond. Now, either Youngboy is the luckiest person in the world, or he has the best legal team in the world, or he's just a federal agent. Like, something is going on deeper here than what we're seeing, because I know people that have been hit with traffic tickets, not paid the traffic tickets, and went to jail longer than this dude just went to jail. Keep in mind, this is after all of his previous run-ins with the law. Now, I do want to clarify that nowhere in the article did it say that Youngboy is cooperating or anything like that. In fact, it says that the reason he got bond is because he waived his right to a preliminary hearing. Because of that, he's going to get a $100,000 bond on this. Now, whether his bond is going to be a cash bond or not, who knows? I know some people say all you need is 10%, but I mean, some bonds are, you know, cash only. Like, you need to have the whole thing to get out. But either way, just the thought of, you know, this dude who's been on house arrest, federal house arrest this entire time, after all of his previous violent run-ins with the law. We not talking about just regular run-ins like getting pulled over. We talking about run-ins with the police because he's being a violent individual. With all of that taken into account, the fact that they're gonna re-release him is just mind-blowing to me, bro. And what it really boils down to is money. Youngboy got the money to fight it. Youngboy got the money to pay bail. He got the money to give the government. So at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. But personally, I feel like it's gotta be more than money. Like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all been anywhere near the streets at any point in your life, you know,
nah, I think bro reaching with that. But yeah, they didn't free Youngboy, dog. Oh yeah, let me give it a bit of light. But yeah, they didn't free young boy dog on $100K bond, bro. Nigga finna come home. I feel like bro gonna make a music video and a song. I just feel it. He did it last time, so I would not expect him not to do it this time. You never know. But I got a couple more videos I'm finna get into.
Hey, I know you're in the middle of something, but I wonder if you'd just take a few seconds to pray with me real quick. And then
Some of the rappers that we love.
It's a weird ass ad. Alright, so I'm gonna be reacting to Dutty, rappers stuck in the underground.
Some of the rappers that we love in underground are in their own bubble. And you know, there's nothing wrong with some of these rappers just wanting to be underground. Or those rappers that just feed their fans. They kind of just stay in their own lane. And then you got some people that just really gravitate towards mainstream. And that's okay. I'm not bashing nobody. You get your bread how you get your bread. Either way, a lot of these rappers are making their money. They good. They don't have to be mainstream or not. As long as you're able to feed yourself or your family, you are good. But in this video, I'm going to talk about rappers that got very close to mainstream. Or they were somewhat gravitating towards mainstream and they just got back to the underground, or they're stuck or stagnant. You know how you finna win that Warzone game, but you get cooked and you get sent to the gulag. That was probably a bad analogy. I'm sorry. Because not all these rappers are cooked. You know what I'm trying to say, bro. So yeah, man. DC the Don is the first rapper I want to start with. And this the same guy that could have went to the NBA. This dude was 6'7". He played with LaMelo Ball. He would have had the perfect chance to go to the NBA for sure. But instead, he decided to drop all that and pursue his dreams with music. And that's okay. 2017, he got started. And his music from then and now is very good. At a point in time, he was rapping on no auto, then he transitioned and started making these melodic songs, and it turns out that bro actually had a good voice. Pause, that was crazy. And you can tell that bro is talented because you can go back to songs like Worst Day and Eclipse. Like, I'll play those all the time. Yeah. And DC was going so crazy that he even got on XXL. And this is where things changed for me, because I don't know, for some reason, I just stopped tuning in after he got on XXL. Trust me, that shit sound dumb, but listen to me. A lot of people expected him to go for some mainstream appeal and transition. Got to a point where he fell off. He never got to a point where he even touched the mainstream. He kind of just stagnant. He in his own lane. So that brings me to the next person, Young Ben. If you're gonna say anything about Plug, you gotta bring up Ben. I'm telling you, bro, that flow he had, man, yeah. Anytime you would hear somebody rap like that was Ben's, gang. That was his flow. This the same dude that made songs like Dresser, like Wow. Like, I can go all day, bro. Even all those volume tapes he was dropping, that was his stuff, man. That was great music. And trust me, during this time, I really thought
I ain't heard a Young Ben song in a minute. It's been a strong ass minute I heard a Young Ben song. Like, I know he had dropped some shit recently, but the most like memorable song that I heard from him was the one he did with YNW Medley. I fuck with that joint.
that Benz was finna be crazy because he had something going on with Future where he signed to him or something like that. But then outside of this, that's when things just started going downhill for him. Because I remember 2019, he dropped Misunderstood, and then he got in some altercation with academics, so he was low-key blackballed at that point. And then you on house arrest for doing something dumb with your friends trying to rob somebody. And bro just took a huge break all the way from 2019 till now. He didn't grow up, he didn't have kids and all types of stuff. And I can say what fully messed up Benz is that he got into too much illegal trouble. And not only that, he wasn't consistent. He'll preview some snippets on IG and stuff, but then wouldn't drop them. So it was just like fans were just stagnant. And not only that, a lot of his old fans couldn't accept the fact that he was trying to evolve. Benz went from rapping on trap plug beats to switching it up and making songs like Partner in Crime, Riding, Misunderstood. And it wasn't bad music. It was actually decent. But you know how people are. Not everybody gonna accept that. And he kind of been trying to make a comeback now, but a lot of his fans done growed up. Throughout them 4 years of him taking a break, he kind of just stopped feeding the fans. So it's hard to keep him in a conversation like that. And it wasn't like Benz was never going up. That man had every feature you could think of, bro. People know about Benz for sure, but you can't stay hot forever. Next one I got is D Savage. We all know that bro was that guy. Even after I Know, I felt like 2019 was the best D Savage that we got. That's when I could say he fully mastered his sound. And of course y'all gonna feel a little differently, but that's just my opinion. And I feel like everybody thought these.
I feel like he's still popping. I want to say like he like super duper up, but like he's still getting up. It's like
Savage was gonna go mainstream one day, for sure. But after Trust No One dropped, it's not like the music got bad or anything like that. He kinda got into this loop where everybody know him as the guy that hates on Playboi Carti, literally. And it's not even beef, it's one-sided, and I think people just look at him as a meme. He still got a fan base, of course, and he still make great music, for sure. But I can say with a straight face and as a D Savage fan that I don't think he's gonna get that close to going mainstream again. He kinda already had his time, and that's okay.
I can't say that because like you never know, like. Cause when he came out with that last joint, on that other song he had, y'all, I forgot what the name of it was. That bitch was hard, and that bitch was going everywhere on TikTok. So when it comes like the music, I never doubt like if he's a good artist and he knows what he's doing to the point where he was able to make a comeback and make that song pop off. Hey, I ain't finna say like he probably ain't gonna do it again, cause shit, Soulja Boy did that shit so many times. You know how many times niggas been saying Soulja Boy fell off, this nigga don't be pulling, and then he comes back with a big ass hit, cause he knows how to make music. It's just sometimes some people just don't gravitate to one particular artist all the time. There's so many artists out in the world.
He really do got his own fan base and everything. He don't even have to go mainstream. He's good. He's solidified for sure. But D Savage do be having times where he just talks to air. I don't know what's up with him talking to the wall. Cardi don't be responding to him, and he was still posting this story that he finna pass Cardi up or something like that, or he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Just unnecessary thing. But yeah, next I got Summers. This the biggest bird right here. You feel me? We all know what Summers done in the past for sure. If you was around for 2019 all the way to like 2022, then you was around for some good summer. That was a great time. And I know people gonna say, yo, nothing more, nothing less, or what we had was the best summers. He could have went mainstream off of that. No, I agree. Those are some of his best projects for sure. But the closest we ever got from Summers escaping the underground, not even touching mainstream or anything like that, just really escaping the underground and really being one of those big dogs, like selling at least from 3K to at least 7K units, you know what I'm saying, was Fallen Raven and Stuck in My Way. Because those were his most balanced projects. If Summers really wanted to be like big dog status and touch that Yeet or that Ken level, or even just Destroy Lonely level or Lucky, then 2022 and 2023 was the perfect time to do that. And that just didn't happen for Summers, and that's okay. After Summers had dropped Fallen Raven, he had so much hype for Stuck in My Way, but a lot of his fans for some reason just didn't enjoy it. And the stuff that he dropped now ain't bad at all. He still got a good fan base and everything, but do I feel like he's ever gonna get to that point again where he had that hype, that same hype that he had? No, that's not gonna happen. I don't think so. Right now it's a lot of confusion with Summers and his fan base. He don't really know what he wanna do. Sometimes he wanna hop on plug and be, sometimes he wanna hop on some turn shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but until he fixes that thing where he just makes it.
I feel like he's just testing shit out right now. Like he's just trying to test the water out, see what people like, see what people don't like. And like I feel like Summers is already solidified. He's still going to have his audience, so it's kind of good that he's like testing shit out to see what people really like and see what people really fuck with, so he knows what sound he can run off with. So if it's like, oh y'all fucking with the Louisiana shit, I might as well just make a whole tape of that shit. Or if y'all fucking with the old plug and B style, I might as well just make a whole tape of it or try to mix it up. You never know.
Music, how you want to make it, and there's no confusion.
Just look for the mobile exclusive tag on thousands of hotels.
Ready to up your cooking game? Introducing What's Cooking, a new app for cooks who want to.
With him and his fan base, then I can say, oh yeah, Summers is going to go mainstream. But nah, I can't say that. But I do feel like Summers is sitting at a decent spot. He don't need to prove anybody wrong. He Gucci. So next I got Fago. Man, I don't even know what to say. Where do I start? I'm not finna keep repeating the same thing with Fago. We know the history already. But the problem is consistency in the leaks. Literally. That's all it is with Fago. And it's not even exaggerating. But him and his team have to be like the slowest people in the music industry. For sure. Hands down.
I don't know how you get leaked that bad. At this point, you gotta put your music on a personal flash drive that you only can put it in your pocket, like something like how is all these leaks happening? I don't listen to none of them because I'm a type of dude where I just want to actually listen to the full album in full like it's supposed to be. But it's like, god damn. And the last single that he had dropped this Friday, that bit was hard, man.
It's not even like bro was just stuck in the underground. He literally just doing it to himself. Fago makes some great music, but man, he should have been up. He should have been that guy. But it's getting to a point Fago is losing his core fan base. And him and his team make it worse on the fans because they don't provide anything. People just sit there and just wait for him to drop it. Nothing happens but leaks. And his team always hit us with the same paragraph. Y'all gotta be patient, bro. This take time. Stop listening to these blogs. Man, you feel me, bro? Shut the up, man. People just want some music. We don't give a you know what I'm saying? We don't care about all that, bro. But it's gonna happen soon though. They're gonna realize that we're not just talking, because they making it more difficult than what it is. You feel me? You only gotta do one thing. But yeah, I'm done talking about Fago. It's a lot of people I know I missed, but it's okay. We can always make a part 2. Let me know what anime y'all been watching, bro. I've been watching so many different ones, bro, like Ninja Kamui, Reincarnated Slime.
A nigga watching Yu Hakusho. I'm on season 3 right now, bitch. But that was Dutty, I think I say the name. I be fucking up names all the time. But rapper is stuck in the underground. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga be cooking up, bro. Straight cooking up. So I got a couple more videos I'm finna really get into, and I'm gonna get ready to end the stream. I think I did like a good like hour and a half right now. It's 2 o'clock pushing 3.
Tírame un texto, vamos prendamos un film en la orilla del mar. Hoy es motivo para celebrar, por fin estás soltera, quiere parillar. Tírame un texto, vamos prendamos un.
I had to reach down inside and say, how bad do you want this? This is the best experience, the best feeling that you can have sitting here this morning waiting for my 24-hour smile.
3, 2, 1.
Wow.
The Rock just made WrestleMania's most disliked video ever, and through some terrible podcast appearances, a completely out of touch fundraiser, and his reputation as a walking, talking advertisement, the world's fakest celebrity has for the first time ever seen a fall in Instagram followers. But the biggest contributor might be his endless list of lies on everything from his movie earnings to fast food consumption. For example, back in 2017, The Rock posted this photo to his Instagram claiming I've never been to In-N-Out before, which didn't seem all that serious until roughly 5 years later, when in August 2022 he'd post the following video.
This is the very first time that I have ever tried an In-N-Out burger, or In-N-Out fries, or anything from In-N-Out for that matter.
He'd therefore claimed for a second time it was my first ever time eating In-N-Out, yet he might not have been guilty given he'd also said this.
Now I've picked up some In-N-Out burger before for some buddies of mine. I've never tried it, so this is a first.
That would be until December 2023, when The Rock claimed for a third time he'd had my first In-N-Out burger experience, also pretending like he'd never even tried fast food before. I didn't know the lingo, didn't know who to pay, where to pay, didn't know shit, before adding some self-congratulatory comments about leaving a massive tip. This led to mainstream media articles and a 6 million view Penguin Zero video.
This is the third time he's done it. He keeps pretending that he's trying In-N-Out for the first time every couple of years. The other 2 videos are still on your Instagram page.
Forcing The Rock to change his description by adding, my first ever In-N-Out burger experience again. Thanks to the fans who reminded me that I went to In-N-Out years ago and totally forgot about it, but there was another lie that did way more damage. Black Adam was released in December 2022, yet after its theater run ended, Insider published an article reading, box office bust, Black Adam faces theatrical losses. The article explained that the film needed to earn around 600 million worldwide to break even, yet box office experts believe Black Adam will stall out with less than 400 million globally. Now the movie stands to lose 50 million to 100 million in its theatrical run, although only 3 days later The Rock was saying the opposite. Waited to confirm with financiers before I shared this excellent Black Adam news. Our film will profit between 52 and 72 million, fact, also attaching a deadline an article which stated, "There's some snarking going on out there that Black Adam is poised to lose 50M to 100M, and that is simply just not true. The movie is bound to break even and be in the black." Well, it turns out this article was written with false information that The Rock had personally leaked to the journalist to make his film seem profitable. After 25 years, we finally found out what The Rock is cooking: the books. But the thing that's really cooking his reputation is perhaps the cooking itself, as The Rock's longest running and most off-putting lies are on the topic of diet and exercise. For example, The Rock claimed to be eating a suspicious amount of food.
Anywhere between 6 to, well, I would say possible, almost 8,000 calories a day.
Which was quickly shut down by Greg Doucette.
There is no way The Rock burns off enough calories to average 6,000 to 8,000 calories a day and look like this. If he actually ate those kind of calories, 6,000 to 8,000 a day, he would be 100 pounds overweight.
Who went through The Rock's entire daily diet before adding this.
He described about 3,000 calories, maybe, but where do we get the 6 to 8 total thousand calories?
The Rock also uploaded a raw uncut leg workout, which he called intense and unlike anything I've ever done, which Greg went on to criticize.
But look at the grimaces on his face. Notice how hard he seems to be pushing. This is 2 plates on each side. A man of The Rock's stature, size, and strength, I would believe that this would be a cakewalk. Many bikini competitors could lift this much weight, and I'm not trying to strength shame him here, but I believe that you're lying when you say that this kicked your ass. There is no way that this was difficult for you.
Highlighting The Rock's most notable lie of all.
There's not a fucking chance in hell he's clean.
No.
Not a chance in hell. As big as The Rock is, at 50?
On the topic of steroids, Johnson has said he hasn't touched them since he was 18, when he tried them before college. Sure, you get a lot of people out there who will suspect and say shit. They want to negate the hard work you put in, although it's strange to see him only getting bigger, despite now being into his 50s. Eddie Hall gave his voice on what Dwayne might be using.
I would believe that The Rock would be on TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. A very good thing to do. It's actually very good for you, very healthy for you.
While Joe Rogan theorized he was probably using more.
You can't even get there with HRT. That's not HRT.
Which was again echoed by Greg Doucette.
Not only do I not think he's natural, I don't think he's on HRT. I think he's on the kitchen sink. Whatever he can take,
Really?
I think he's on all of it and then some. You don't get big like that into your 50s compared to your 40s and 30s. Like you see some photos of him in his 30s, he's way bigger and leaner now.
This has helped him to earn the following title.
The Rock is the fakest celebrity in Hollywood.
And nothing solidified this harder than The Rock's recent Joe Rogan.
At Hardee's, we're putting our hearts into Mother's Day because moms put their hearts into everything.
Episode. I was very hyped for this podcast, but it was honestly quite boring. Rock unironically has some serious politician traits with how he takes the middle road and nods his way through anything potentially controversial Joe would say. As mentioned, The Rock tiptoed through the entire episode.
You could tell The Rock just did not want to give his opinion on anything, and he's walking on eggshells. You know, he's definitely worried about saying anything controversial or getting canceled.
Additionally, The Rock avoided controversy by controlling every topic, leading to other comments such as, Rock has asked Joe about 100 questions so far, and I don't think Joe has asked Rock a single one. Joe is doing all the talking about the same old shit and I'm about to fall asleep. The whole episode just felt kind of weird, not only because of Joe previously calling The Rock a steroid user, but because The Rock had also called Joe Rogan out himself. I thought The Rock disowned Joe during the whole N-word incident. Back in 2022, when Joe posted this iconic video, The Rock stood firmly behind him by writing, "Great stuff here, brother. Perfectly articulated. Looking forward to coming on one day and breaking out the tequila with you," although his support was met with backlash. Dear The Rock, you're a hero to many people, and using your platform to defend Joe Rogan, a guy that used and laughed about using the N-word dozens of times, is a terrible use of your power. Have you actually listened to this man's many racist statements about black people, causing The Rock to fold instantly? Dear Don Winslow, thank you so much for this. I hear you as well as everyone here 100%. I was not aware of his N-word use prior to my comments, but now I've become educated to his complete narrative. Learning moment for me, showing he'd cave from the smallest bit of criticism. The Rock was the most sanitized, neutered, safe person I've ever heard audio of. Not one real opinion. He was like the breathing version of ChatGPT in 10 years. The Rock might be physically strong, but clearly has no public backbone, and nothing showed this more comically than his recent Maui controversy. After the island was burned burnt by fires, The Rock and Oprah launched the People's Fund of Maui, contributing $5 million each before asking the public to donate.
So we appreciate any support that you can give. What do I do? What do I do? This is what you do. The People's Fund of Maui.
The comments have since been turned off completely, yet they once echoed the sentiment, math ain't mathing with this one. You guys literally have so much money. You can donate it and make it back within a year. Now, The Rock didn't need to respond. His $5 million donation was already extremely generous, yet once again he couldn't handle the backlash and uploaded a video claiming he'd done the wrong thing.
When we first launched the fund, there was some backlash, and I want to address and acknowledge that backlash right now. And here's what I have to say about that. I get it, and I completely understand. And I could have been better. And next time I will be better.
The Rock doesn't even feel like a real person anymore. He's basically just a walking business, with the whole walking billboard mentality becoming increasingly obvious to everyone.
He only has one mode, and that's sales mode.
For example, he simply had to celebrate his sold-out wrestling match with a massive swig of tequila. And what about the drink of choice for his first time trying In-N-Out? Well, again, 2 straight shots of his own brand of alcohol. Not exactly believable. But what about this wholesome video where he pulls up to a tour bus? You guessed it, it's actually an ad.
We're building our second distillery, and we are the largest employer of everybody in Jesus Maria. I love Jesus Maria. Thank you, brother. Did you try the tequila?
By scrolling to any part of his Instagram, you can see that around 75% of his posts are sponsored, and the nickname Dwayne the Ad Johnson is therefore perfectly fitting. This, combined with everything else, has severely wounded his image. However, his recent actions with the WWE have dealt the final blow. On the 23rd of January 2024, The Rock became a WWE board member and a voice for what takes place in the show. The Rock ensured the audience, at my core I'm a builder who builds for and serves the people, although so far he hasn't served anyone beside himself. How might you ask? Well, you'll need a bit of backstory. Roman Reigns was WWE champion for roughly 3 whole years, although it was hinted that the widely adored Cody Rhodes would be next to take the title. The two had a long-running feud, so their matchup seemed perfect, and Cody had just won the Royal Rumble, the winner of which normally goes on to face the champ. Well, after all the hype had built, Cody Rhodes unexpectedly told Roman he didn't want to face him, randomly subbing himself out for The Rock, who had no
The most stupidest shit that I have ever seen when it came to WWE. This shit was so stupid, and the fact that they never acknowledged this moment I never understood why Cody did this shit. I never understood it. It was so stupid. It was so fucking pointless. It was retarded.
In the story. Suspiciously, this was only 10 days after Dwayne became a board member, with many believing The Rock had simply written himself into their feud. The highlight therefore gained over 700,000 dislikes, being given the title of the most hated WWE move ever, since the highlight is now the WWE's most disliked video. The backlash was so severe that the story was totally changed, with Cody successfully beating Roman in April, after which The Rock announced he was leaving. The story led some fans to state, "I swear I haven't watched this much wrestling in years," although The Rock's personal following hasn't been so healthy. Only 12 months ago, The Rock was gaining 5 million followers per month, although through everything discussed in this video, The Rock is now losing fans for the very
I got no words. Alright, so I got a couple more videos I'm finna get tapped into today. Driver. I'm gonna skip these two. I'm gonna pop back on these tomorrow. The driver in stolen Lamborghini. Hurricane crashes during high-speed chase.
Southbound the Honda from Riverside.
How do you think he's trying to get it? He's trying to get away in a Lambo?
27 Southwest and approaching more Perkins to code 37.
Oh, he hopping out that shit. Slamming it though.
How's it going, sir? How's it going, man? Good. You have a driver's license on you? And your registration for the vehicle? Is the vehicle on park? Yeah?
1527 Southwest and approaching Ventura.
Do you know why I pulled you over? Huh?
1527 Ventura, approaching Ventura.
Well, one, you were asleep at the light. I was right next to you. I put my spotlight on you, man. You were asleep at the light.
You stole. You mean to tell me this nigga stole a Lambo and was falling asleep at the light? Oh, bro, this nigga gotta be on some drugs. Like, what the fuck? This nigga nodding off at the light.
You're visiting out here? Okay, cool. And do you have registration for the vehicle? Is the vehicle yours, sir? It's a what? A rental? Oh, okay. All right. Where are you headed to? Where's home? Where's home?
Right here.
Alright, just hang tight for me.
Get an ID.
Call out. We're just gonna. Hey, Hey, sir. Can you do a favor? Can you step out of the car for me?
Oh shit.
What's going on? I just need to verify your license, man. That's it. Huh? I need to verify it. I need you to step out of the car for me, okay? I understand that.
Oh
I need you to
shit.
step out of the car for me.
You got his hands on the door.
Sir, I understand that. I need you to step out of the car for me. You gave me a different thing. What is that one? That's your license? Can I see that one? Okay, let me see that one. Okay. Regardless, I need you to step out of the car. You have my license. Sir, I need you to step out of the car right now. What do I do, sir? I'll explain in a second. I need you to step out of the car for me. You're being detained.
Oh shit.
We have the right to pull anyone out of the vehicle because I understand that. What did I do then? Sir, that's in the law. Sir. You have to tell me why. My license. Sir, I will tell you once you're out of the vehicle. I need you out of the vehicle. I don't have to be out of the vehicle. You have to tell me first, sir. That's real law. I know. I know law.
Okay, you got to slide off.
I understand that, and I know the law as well. I need you out of the vehicle first, please. No, I'll have to stay out the vehicle first. First. Sir. I understand that, and I do too. Okay. I need you to come out of the vehicle, okay? I know the law. I give you my license. I understand that. I need you to come out of the vehicle right now. So you tell me I know the law. Okay, I know the law as well. Look, we're going to go back and forth this. I have a bunch of units responding. This is a regular traffic stop, right? This was a regular traffic stop, and then it turned into something else. What is
Damn.
This vehicle is stolen. I need you to come out of the car. This vehicle.
Damn. This shit just went 0 to 100. This vehicle is stolen.
The vehicle that you're driving is stolen. I rented this vehicle, so. Okay, I need you to step out of the vehicle. I really just did it. Okay, well, we need to double check and verify things, but I need you out of the vehicle in the meantime. It is stolen. Hey, hey, hey!
Oh shit! Bro ass pushed the gas.
Yolanda Truman Way, 1083, requesting a unit code 100, 1 west of Yolanda.
Damn. You see how fast that shit took off?
Where's he going?
113 miles per hour.
1047 pursuit, stolen vehicle. It's going Venus crash, UTC. Vehicle.
You already crashed?
Sherman Way. And Van Alden.
Damn! God damn!
10-847, let me have the frequency. Vehicle is TC'd, major TC damage. Let me get an RA starting to roll.
Damn, do you see that? That shit fucked. Bro, what the fuck?
I need traffic shut down for westbound traffic on Sherman Way.
Oh shit! Nigga done flipped the whole whip. What the fuck is this nigga doing? Why the fuck would he try to slide off? Bro, what? Nigga tried to slide off in a Lambo and then flip the whole fucking shit.
I can't tell, dude.
Is Buddy alive? Oh!
Oh, wait.
Is he in the whip still, or what the fuck's going on?
No, I can't tell, but this is the other half of the car.
The other half? He got away? How do you crash the whip? This shit is literally, bro, this nigga crashed the whip. It's literally in half, and you mean to tell me this nigga got out unscathed? What the fuck?
Hey, did you guys see anyone run? Did you see anyone run? Hey, I didn't see nobody run. It's because we were just inside. All right, cool. Hey, we heard everything. Just hang out on the sidewalk for me. 1070, Roger. Negative. He wasn't inside the vehicle. Hey, I need you folks stay over there. Stay over there. No. Hey, Roger. We don't have a suspect location or direction of travel yet. Okay, Roger. We'll take it. Hey, did I find him? And
Damn. What the fuck? That's fucking wild. Nigga tried to fucking escape in a goddamn Lambo and I'm crashing that bitch. You know what? I done got like a good 2 hours out of the stream today. I gotta do some other projects for today though, but I'll make sure I get like these clips posted within probably like tomorrow morning type shit. And then I got some other things I got ready for y'all niggas and shit like that. But I'm gonna do some gaming today on Twitch. I might come back on YouTube later. Might do NBA. Some gaming stream. But yeah, I'm out though.